Sixers are interesting to me. If not,
Hey, what do y'all? I need to watch them play.
I ain't watched them play yet.
they've been doing that thing. I think this is probably a little bit of the Mavericks thing where they haven't played much anybody. I think probably the best thing they played is the Bucks, and they lost that one type thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, beating who's in front of you. Kelly Oubre is averaging like 20 a game.
Yeah.
I think that's somebody said. I think they're averaging. They have 4 people averaging 20 a game right now.
Interesting.
Tobias, Kelly Oubre, N.B.H, and Maxey all averaging 20 a game right now.
Tobias?
Yeah, no, that's
Tobias is a bucket.
Tobias is in a contract here, so that might be beneficial to the one, at least for the regular season success of this team.
Y'all don't want to buy it. Contract year Tobias. Come on now.
Tobias Harris over me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of interested. It's gonna be somebody posted. I think Steve Jones Jr. posted a clip on Twitter. Just like Joel Embiid or pick and roll Maxey, Joel Embiid, and just like that, perfect. Like you see it, you notice the pocket that Harden just hits Embiid in a lot, like kind of like maybe about 2 feet in front of the elbow, kind of like type thing. There's a little pocket pass right there for him to get his little like weird floater, whatever that shit is, and he didn't throw it, and Embiid just kind of like jumps and kind of like claps type thing. Is like oh, it's gonna be it's different. It's like it is different. Like as much as Harden is a lot to deal with, it's like don't have the point guard that can perfectly drop the pass in the perfect place all the time type shit. So that part's gonna be interesting. But Maxey also has been hooping, so I want to see how it goes.
That's just hilarious because, man, Chris Paul couldn't do nothing but do that drop off pass to, what's his name? Jackson Davis? I said that was a couple games ago. See, he was coming down the court cheesing that shit. I was just like, this all Embiid wants right here.
We keep coming back to the word both that. Yeah. It is really fun to watch him and Dario play together.
I know.
Chris and Dario's like, oh man, they have this whole pick and roll chemistry from this whole other thing. And we just kind of gets translated over. You just get to watch them. It's like they've been doing it for a while.
Chris, man.
David West all over again. It's like you get to see what happens if David West came up in the era where they shot threes.
Yeah.
David West was better player, but a lot of similar stuff. My bad.
Okay, good.
But yeah, Sixers. I'm interested. I want to see. I don't know. It all comes down to Joel and whether he can win 2 rounds in the playoffs.
Celtics only lost once still.
Shout out to the Timberwolves. Oh, y'all anybody believe in the Timberwolves?
Nope. Good for them. I mean, you know,
4-0 at home. Thought it was gonna be bad for them. I'm glad they had their little run because I thought it might get ugly quick. But they third, they fourth. Everybody else, only team in the league with only team in the West with 2 L's besides the big 3.
I hear Rudy Gobert is missing free throws. I hear Karl Anthony Towns is, you know, Karl Anthony Towns got a lot of potential still. You feel me? That's what people don't know. That's how I'm gonna say it. That's how I'm gonna say it. He still has. That's what I see when I see him play. I see the box score. I'm like, this dude's got a lot of potential in the National Basketball Association still. You know, and we can see that potential. You know, potentially.
It's so weird to say because basketball is really hard. Like basketball is just hard, and NBA is a really fucking hard place to play. Like it's the hardest place to play basketball, but it feels like offense should be so easy for him. Like it doesn't make sense why you should just like you can't being Jokic is hard. Like nobody can be Jokic, but it's also why can't I don't know, man. I just feel like you should have 20 and 5 every night without even really trying.
Who has the task?
Know what I mean, but
who's playing point guard there right now?
Mike.
Who? Boy, that's crazy because that's what I'm saying. Like, I was wondering that because there's not a lot of pure point guards, not even pure point guards.
He had Rubio too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not that. The Timberwolves stink. They stink. It's a stink, okay? T and Rubio deserved to play at a better place at that point in their careers, too. You feel me? They would have all been better elsewhere. Towns needs out of there, man. He needs out of there. He can complement so many rosters.
Change the scenery.
It's been so long, man. He's been there for too long.
Okay, sorry. This is supposed to be positive. They're playing good. They're playing well. Keep it up, guys.
Hey, I want to believe this. Look at this conference.
I can't believe. I don't know about believing in it.
De'Aaron, I was like this is where I'm at with Towns. Like, he just needed to slide to that East because I'm at this point now where I'm like, if De'Aaron Fox comes back, everybody should be afraid. like your team should be afraid. And I'm looking at all those teams in between the Kings and the Timberwolves on that list. Like, yeah, this if Fox comes back, that's just that team alone is a force, and that's not even considering just what else is out there in terms of talent in this conference. And it's just you should be either on one of these other teams or slide out to that East. You feel me?
Speaking, you might not have to even change teams for that. It might be like 2 years, a couple years, we get 2 new teams that are both more west than Minnesota. I feel like they might be able to get away with moving to the East. It might happen. Minnesota might be in the East by 2027.
Oh man, that's a dream. That could save that franchise.
I think it probably will. I can't imagine who else gets it if it's two West teams, because it's like that's the thing. We're getting Seattle and Las Vegas. I can't imagine. You got to move one over at least. Maybe they do New Orleans or Memphis. I gotta imagine Minnesota makes more sense. I don't know.
Oh, y'all, the Eastern Conference does not want the Memphis Grizzlies over there. That's a wrap. They gonna step in that. And they really embody Eastern Conference basketball. Even after Josh, I feel like just the franchise will be good there in the long run. Like that, they're gonna be solid. I feel like what a lot of these teams catch a little stride with, or like this Heat Raptors stuff. I feel like Memphis is gonna be able to translate some shit.
Can you imagine if that grit and grind Memphis play Miami 4 times a year?
Same. Go back and watch those games. Miami did not want to smoke with Memphis. That was one of those teams. There's some good just random, just LeBron James, the Cavaliers versus the Houston Rockets when Chris Paul was there and kind of Harden's at his peak. Like, those were just good, fun regular season games. We got the matchup. But yeah, Memphis, Miami, those games, those couple years, like 2013, 12, 13, 14, some good ass games. Prime Marcus Gasol, peak Marcus Gasol.
Yeah, no. I haven't really I probably do. I need to go back to lure some battles. Memphis was always the team I feel like we always talk about. They were like 5th in the West most years, but I would kind of pick them to win the title if they were able to get out of the West somehow. Like once we would look back at it by the end of the year, just see where they battled the Spurs and the Mavericks and the Thunder and all those squads over that mix.
Because in the West, there's like always been a bare minimum for how good you have to be at offense. So when you really snapping on defense like the Grizzlies was, like it just felt like you had a chance.